How's it, guys? Welcome back. Today in the shop we've got a 2011 KTM 65 SX. It has a bit of a clutch issue. Went ahead and bled the clutch system. It is a hydraulic clutch with the slave cylinder here. All that components seem to be working well. However, the clutch itself is stuck. It won't disengage, so it won't basically come out of gear. I'm gonna go ahead and open this clutch cover and check out the friction plates and steels and see what's happening in there. Okay, so first step, on this side by the shifter, there's a drain plug for the oil. You can go ahead and pull that shifter up and pull off the drain plug. All right, next, to get access to the clutch cover, we're gonna have to move this brake pedal out of the way. So a T45 with a 13. Sorry for the oil drain bolt, it was a 13 millimeter also, forgot to mention that. Pop this bolt out. And also remove the spring. A little hook. Pop that out of the way. Pull this spring off. Guarantee you're going to drop it and lose it. Okay, next we have the clutch cover itself. We're going to go ahead and pull that off. We got a T30. Alright, let's see how this pops off. Pretty good, no oil. O-ring looks to be intact. However, I see a problem. Not sure if the camera is showing, but you see how the threads on this bolt is sticking out and this one is recessed. So that means somebody's been in here and somebody put the bolts back in the wrong place, because that's not supposed to be like that. I don't see any damage on the clutch face, so thank goodness that protruding bolt did not, sorry, I'm not sure if you can see it, did not hit anything with the clutch, or that would have been bad news. So yeah. Not good. Also, when the oil came out on the other side, it's pretty nasty stuff. Looks like we got a lot of clutch material in there. So we might have a clutch issue, guys. We'll see what happens. With that bolt issue, normally I would just leave this attached, but I guess we're gonna have to take it off and make sure everything's cool. Probably just gotta swap the bolts around. Yep, definitely one long one. That long one needs to be right here. Okay, well, it is what it is. And that's why you bring your stuff to me, guys. So we can avoid that kind of stuff. Gasket looks all right. O-ring looks pretty good on this side. we'll just set this on the side for now and concentrate on our clutch itself. Okay, we're just gonna go ahead and pull this whole clutch assembly basket off. 17mm socket. Should come all out as one piece. Should be some shims and bearings in there. Just be careful to note the location of all of those. I'm gonna go ahead and slip these right back on the shaft so we don't lose them. All right, just set yourself up with a clean area when you go ahead and start disassembling. I went ahead and broke these bolts loose already with a small breaker bar, number 4 Allen. Just make sure when you do take that off, you get a good tip socket to fit in these, because they will easily strip. So yeah, you go ahead and get a good one and pop them all out. You want to go in a crisscross pattern so not to warp the plate itself. Okay, pull this cover off. All your springs are now exposed. And go ahead and pull these out. Just make a note where all these are oriented so you know how to put things back. There is an arrow here. I know for this model, it doesn't really matter on the basket where it goes. But on some of them, you will note that, yeah, you have to make sure the orientation of where the clutch pack as opposed to where the basket goes. So go ahead and make a note of that. This will all come out as a unit. I think I found our problem already. There's one steel. There's the back of the basket there. Make sure you note where that shim goes, right there. Sorry for the camera angle. I had to set this up a little differently. So right now, I can't move any of these discs. They should be able to move back and forth, slide on here. They're not moving. What I'm going to do off camera is pop these out. And I think that's our problem, where it's sticking right there. They should be loose. This one's a little loose, but the rest of them, I can't move them at all. So I'll go ahead and separate them all, and then when we reassemble, I'll show you how that's done. Okay, I went ahead and disassembled these plates, friction plates from the steel, and yeah, they were all stuck together. So that would explain why the clutch did not disengage. They do have a little wear on them, but I'm just gonna put it back together and see how the clutch reacts. As long as there's no slippage or any chattering or anything, I think we should be okay. Eventually down the line, yes, probably have to do a new clutch, but we will go ahead and reassemble and see what happens. So upon reassembly, you always want to start with a friction plate and end with one. So just go ahead and start lining them up. It does not matter which way these steels go. They do have a slight bevel on one side as long as you keep them in the same orientation. So if you see the bevel on one end, just keep them all going the same direction, but it doesn't matter, you know, which way that direction is. So as you put this together, you kind of want to leave everything on the loose. We got them all lined up here. Go ahead and turn it over. And put all your springs back. Okay, so real loosely, again, go opposite. That one's tight. You just want them kind of snug, but yeah, even, so you can move these plates around a little bit. Because what we're going to do is put the clutch basket back on the shaft and then line this up and put the clutch assembly back in. So I'm going to reorient the camera and show you how we do that. Okay, let's go ahead and get our clutch basket in. Bearings are in. Make sure the gear in the back here lines up. You'll see it drop in. All there it is. Drop in all the way. Your shim. Clutch pack. And everything's got to line up nice for this to work. Oh, and that went in really nice. Okay. Go ahead and tighten up these screws. Okay, we got them, all these bolts down pretty good. And I went ahead and put the center bolt in and did torque it to 44 foot-pounds. I put a little blue Loctite on there also. It'll help if you put the bike in gear. Usually second gear is good. There is a tool that they make that you can just insert here and hold against a bike. But 44 foot-pounds, I'm old school. You know, grab a rag, I can stuff it in there, torque it down that way. These bolts, they tell you it's 7 foot-pounds. That's not a whole lot. Use your best judgment. 7 pounds, I mean, that's, you go with the ratchet, it's tight, you stop. Very simple. When you feel that it's tight, you stop. 7 foot-pounds is not much at all. Go ahead and put our slave cylinder back on first, and we can make sure we have it on with the correct bolts this time. See, I almost did it wrong myself. Okay, we've got our slave cylinder back on and the bolts in the right place. I went ahead and started all the clutch cover bolts, and you just star pattern again. Okay, so we got our clutch cover bolts all tight. The book says 7 foot-pounds again. Tight is tight. You can go ahead and get a torque wrench if you'd like, but tight is tight, guys. Went ahead and put the pedal back on, spring, everything. All we have left is 500 cc's of oil, and we should be ready to go. Clutch seemed to work well, no chattering, disengaged perfectly, found neutral no problem, and plenty of power to move my big body around. So this little 65 is in great shape now. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and until next time, aloha.